Hello, one and all. Welcome to a Galaxy Man Show interview show. So, for my very next guest today is this incredible actress and stunt actress who has been in Power Rangers Ninja Steel as the role of Snow Fright. One of the villains in Power Rangers Ninja Steel. So I'm about to add Sarah into the live now to have a chat with Sarah about her incredible roles and stunt stuff. So yeah, let's add Sarah in and have a chat with Sarah.
Hey,
Hi Sarah, how's it going?
how are you?
Yeah, really good, thanks. I just want
Good.
to say first up, thank you so much, Sarah, for taking the time to join my show. It's such a pleasure having you on. So, to people that don't know who you are, Sarah, are you able to give like a bit of backstory about who you are and what you do, and then we'll dive right into the questions.
Ooh. um, I work in TV and film. I do acting, I do stunts, I do voice work, I voice a kids cartoon, I do acting, a whole lot of different roles, but it's lots of fun.
Awesome. So we'll dive right into the very first question. So for my very first question, so you've actually been in an incredible franchise that everyone knows a lot of, Power Rangers, Ninja Steel, and you actually play the role of a villain
I did.
called Snow Fright. What was
Yeah.
like the whole experience like for you getting to be Snow Fright in Power Rangers Ninja Steel?
It was fun. It's a different experience because it's voice work. So I have to be on set working with the actors and actually shooting the scene. I have to be in a booth and bring this character to life just through my voice. So it was a completely different experience to the other sort of acting on set film role that I did. But it was tons of fun. So, yeah.
Awesome. So on to our very next question. So because you weren't on set, what would you say your favorite memorable moment was about doing the voice of Snow Fright?
Ooh. Memorable moment. I guess when I think that she's back as a giant, and that was pretty cool. I also love the Poisey show. Poisey show. Is that how
Yes.
fun? But I mean, for me, the most memorable moment for myself was just trying to create the voice. I'm just given a list of lines of dialogue that I'm supposed to record a lot out. I didn't know what she looked like at first, so it was all kind of experimenting on what I thought she sounded like, and then I record. I find snippets of the action of the actor in the costume, and then try to match what I think sound like in that moment, gesturing and all these different. So it was a real combination of teamwork between what's happening on set and me in the booth.
Awesome. Well, I have a question, another question for you, which is about Power Rangers. So you would actually make, okay, I'm going to twist it around here. If you weren't a villain in Power Rangers, if you could be a Power Ranger, what color Power Ranger would you be and why?
Okay, so when I was a kid, I used to play Power Rangers, and I would always be the Power Ranger. And I think at the time, Kim. And she was the best. So the pink one for sure.
Yes. Awesome. So on to our very next question. So you also do stunts, stunt work and stuff. What got you into stunts in the first place, and why?
Fate, chance, right, right time. I had never in my life vision ever doing stunt work. I didn't even know I could do stunt work. I didn't know how to do it. I was actually working on a television series called The Shannara Chronicles. And I was working in casting. And the actress Ivana Baquero, who I told, her stand-in was cool. So I stepped in to fill in on that. Got to know a lot of the team. They couldn't find a stunt double. They had a whole lot of girls, and no one had sort of stood out yet. And I jokingly looked really similar to her. I could do it. Not at all. And they were like, okay, put your money where your mouth is, come and audition. I was terrified. Ended up auditioning and getting the role. So pure chance, and it's all just really snowballed from there.
Awesome. Well, I actually, funny story, I actually got to meet Ivana, who played the incredible Atreya from Shannara Chronicles at a Comic-Con back in the day.
Isn't she the best?
Oh man, she's amazing. Yes. And I have to say, what was like when you got to meet Ivana, like what was it like getting to meet Ivana in Shannara Chronicles?
It's so, I remember back now because like we all became a family on that show. So now it's just like she's just part of us. She used to call me Sarah Treya. So we Sarah Treya and Sarah Treya would be little things running around on set together, but she's so lovely and so just she was always there on set encouraging me and supporting me with everything that I did, and like I love it. It's so much fun to work with, and I'm devastated that I'm not working with her anymore.
Awesome. So on to our very next question. So you have actually worked in an incredible so you've worked on stunts with a lot of like films and projects and stuff. So you have actually worked on this film or series called the film called Ghost in the Shell, which was such an incredible film back in the day. What was the whole experience like doing the stunts for Ghost in the Shell?
So I wasn't actually stunt performing on that show. I was helping out in a coordinating role, managing the department, making sure everyone was in the right place and we had enough performers. I did get to do a little bit here and there, but I wasn't on as a performer. But there were some incredible stunt performers that I got to work with on that. And of course, we worked with Scarlett Johansson and Pilu and all these really awesome actors. So it was such a great show to be a part. I didn't actually realize how big it was. I was come and work on this project. I was like, great. And then I did some research. Oh, it's got a huge following. Oh. This is a big deal. So yeah, that was cool.
I have to ask, by the way, if Ghost in the Shell had got a sequel, like what would you have wanted out of the sequel and why?
Ooh, that's a really tough question. Just lots of really badass action again. Like there's some really cool stuff. I just got to see people fighting all the time and doing awesome things. Working with Guy Norris was great. One of the biggest coordinators in the world, so that was really fun. But yeah, I want to see a lot more girls kicking butt. I love it when girls kick butt. It's so awesome to see a lead female action role.
Awesome. So on to the very next question. So you've actually been in a series called Spartacus, and you actually played the role of I hope I say this name right, Faber. What was it? Yeah. What was like the whole experience like getting to be in the series Spartacus?
Terrifying. That was terrifying. That was my first dialogue speaking role in a TV series, and again, pure chance. Just happened to be asked to audition. It's not a show that you should watch with children. Violent, a lot of nudity, including the role. But luckily, I had a very supportive family and friends, and it was a really challenging role. She had been through a lot. I'm not sure if you've seen it, but she was not in a good place and had a lot of abuse. So that was really challenging, but also really endearing and fun to put myself in a situation that I've never been in before and just bring truth to it. I loved it. It was really fun.
So on to our very next question. So you've actually worked on the set of Mulan. What was like the whole experience like getting to be on the set of Mulan and working on the set of Mulan?
I'm a Disney fanatic. I love Disney films. I grew up watching them. I was a Disney princess. And so I never in a million years never thought that I would get to work on a Disney production, let alone something as massive as Mulan. That was incredible. I had an email address that had Disney in it. I just thought I was so cool. I actually can't do that show. So all of the background extras and the featured extra roles and all the little people that were bringing everything to life and making it feel and bringing that atmosphere to that film was me and my team who created that. So I had an awesome group of gals that were assisting me on that job to help me find. I think we ended up casting 5,000 different roles on Mulan. In New Zealand, we shot it in Kumeu, which is a suburb in Auckland. It's not China, so there's not a lot of native people that would usually live in this village, let alone it's set down like years and years and years ago. It was fun trying to find the right people, and we met some cool people. We brought together auditioned a whole battalion, and they all went through boot camp training and worked with the stunt team, and they became an army. They were so great. They did some really long, and no one ever complained. Like we were really lucky to have a cool group of people that we got to meet and work with.
Well, can I just say, I actually watched the film Mulan, and I have to say, it turned out really sensational. Some people that I know, some people were like skeptical of it, but I was like, it actually worked out really well. I know that people, some people are like, where's like Mushu, but like it actually worked really well.
Mushu.
Yeah, like you can't have Mushu without Mulan, but like it actually worked out really well.
Yeah, you can't replace Eddie Murphy. And the beauty of these films is the original's always going to be there. So being able to tell a new story and bring it to amazing, and just her version of Mulan. Oh, have I lost you? Oh no.
It glitched out a bit. Yes.
Yeah, I can kind of see you, but anyway, if you can hear me, that's okay.
You're frozen. No, it's all good. Yeah, I can still hear you.
I forgot what I was saying now, but yeah, her vision of Mulan was beautiful. It was also one of the only films that I've worked on that had all female head of departments. Well, not all, but a large majority of the crew and head of department female. Our director, our director of photography, our first AD, myself, and the head of the extras casting department, costume, makeup, everyone were all female. And so we actually ended up getting a girl power crew photo. And there was a huge amount of girls. And so it was so cool to have that and every skill sets. Amazing female leader. And it's just a kick-ass film. It was really cool.
Awesome. So on to our very next question. So who inspired you as a person like to get into like stunts or acting in the first place?
Inspired me to get into stunts was, I guess, had to be Paul Shapcott, who was the coordinator that I worked with, because he was the person who gave me the opportunity that I didn't even know existed. So he's amazing. But to get into acting, it would have had to be my mum and dad. I started out when I was really little, singing and dancing in the lounge, and they are the ones that encouraged me, got me classes and drove me around and got me theatre shows, and that's where I started, was in music theatre. And they are the ones that sort of kept driving me to go and do it. I think if I had turned around and told them I would have been devastated. So I was really lucky to have parents that just kept encouraging me and paid for all of my classes that I did, which would have been very expensive.
So on to our very next question. So if you could work on any TV or movie franchise, what would it be and why?
I love Harry Potter. I would love to have worked on it. I also love, I don't know if you've watched it yet, The Witcher on Netflix. I'm a game girl.
Yes. Yep.
A PlayStation game. And so they announced doing that. So I was stoked. That would have been fun. We're really into watching The Handmaid's Tale at the moment. So acting on that would be a dream. Oh, there's so many good ones. I don't know. What about you?
Oh, yeah. Good question. So I'm like a huge fan of like New Zealand type shows and stuff. I have to say Shortland Street.
One of my best actors. Possible.
And another one, I don't know if you know this one, it was actually filmed in New Zealand, Auckland, called The Tribe back in the day.
I know quite a few people who worked on The Tribe back in the day. Good one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I don't know if you know Meryl Cassie.
No.
No. Oh, truly sensational singer. She was actually Ebony in The Tribe.
Yeah.
Such an incredible actress, also. And yeah, she and I just like message each other's like nonstop, and she's like, send me like stuff about The Tribe and stuff. I'm like, okay, will do. So yeah, she's really cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. So on to my very next question. So what have you learned about yourself, like as a person, like especially during COVID? Because like it's been such a rough time for artists and like people like yourself in these times.
Yeah, I've learned I can build a fence by myself. No, not by myself. We're renovating our house, so we built a fence. That's I never thought I could do, but something a little meaningful. I guess from an artist point of view, I was really lucky that the production I was working on still not kept filming, but we were still able to work from home in terms of preparing and keeping in touch and remaining inspired by the people that we worked with. So that was really lucky in a way that we were still able to feel connected to what we're doing. That I'm okay, just taking some time out. It's hard to it was all go for so long, and just being able to kind of come back, strip it back, realize important, and just look after each other and be a human being. I was grateful for lockdown and being able to take some time to figure out who I am.
Awesome. So on to my very next question. So what's like the positive and negative side into the stunt or like acting industry, and how do you get through those negatives as a person?
I can't say I have a lot of negatives because I love it so much, but it's definitely a commitment, and it definitely takes up a lot of time. We work really long days, really early starts, really late finishes, so that then affects your outside world in terms of your family and your friends, and everyone's just kind of like, where are you? I haven't seen you for like 6 months. And even like my partner back, often we don't really get to see each other because I'm always working so late. I find that really hard because my friends and family are really important to me. My family lives in the South Island of New Zealand and I'm based in Auckland. So we have to travel a lot together, and when we're on such big shows, I don't often get to take the time to see them. So I guess it's just being prepared for having to just live at work. I find that I have to just really be like, this is what I want. And I'm super dedicated, and like you just get through it. But I'm really grateful that and nobody gets angry at me for not talking to them. But positives, it's super fulfilling. Like it's my passion, working on my craft all the time and just constantly getting better is what I love. It's what I was born to do. And so I never ever really see the side because I get to do my dream job. I just couldn't ask for
anything. So on that very last question, Sarah, so what's like next for you, like project wise, that you would like to announce for the rest of 2021?
I wish I could tell you, but I can't. The day I can, I'll talk about it, but I've signed NDAs and I will get in so much trouble. But it's a really cool one. It's a really big one. I'm back doing stunts and I'm back coordinating stunts. It's really exciting. I've actually been working on this project for 20 months because we got sidetracked by COVID. I've been on it for a really long time. I've not talked about it that whole, but the end is near. So soon I'll be able to tell you.
Awesome. Well, can I just say thank you so much, Sarah, for taking the time to join my show. It's been such a pleasure having you on. Do you have like any last final thoughts that you'd like to say to people on the show?
Oh, just be kind. Love. If you're an actor, keep doing it. Just don't give up. It's hard. auditioning, keep working on it, and get good photos.
Yes. Well, thank you so much again, Sarah. It's been such a pleasure having you on.